A December of disruption. Good morning. This week, nurses, rail workers and Royal Mail staff go on strike. The government will today discuss bringing in the military to help. We look at who's taking action and when and how you'll be affected.
A breakthrough on funding for motor neurone disease research. After intense pressure from campaigners, the government says it will fast-track nearly £30 million of support.
Good morning from Doha. After England arrive home following their World Cup exit, with manager Gareth Southgate still considering his future after that quarter-final defeat to France.
They're gonna put me on the TV.
Back on song, the story of Dave Smith's recovery from 10 months of COVID to performing on stage.
Look then at what's making the front pages this morning. And the Metro there with the rescue mission at a lake in Solihull in the West Midlands, where 4 children fell through the ice, as I was just telling you about just now. And that's also the top story in the Express. Its headline there, Lake Horror. Children in frozen lake plunge. That's also in the Telegraph leading there. And the Mirror also leading on that same story, that awful story in the West Midlands, children in ice lake terror, as is the Daily Mail there. It reports that the children involved have been fighting for their lives overnight. And in other news, though, the Eye leads with hopes that negotiations that could prevent Thursday's planned nurses' strike. While the Guardian says ministers are under fire over plans to use the military to keep some services running during strike action. The Times also leading with that angle and warning troops will not prevent NHS chaos. Now, according to the Financial Times, 2 members of the European Parliament have been held as part of an investigation into claims World Cup host nation Qatar tried to buy influence with them. And despite being knocked out of the World Cup, The Sun says England football fans want manager Gareth Southgate to stay on until the Euros in 2 years' time. And The Star has the story of a cat who was mascot for England at the World Cup. Kit's coming home. Yeah, you may as well come home because you weren't very good, were you, really? And if you want to see any of those front pages again or read those stories, just scan the QR code on your screen and it will take you straight through to the press preview on the Sky News website. Now, the UK government is seeking to revive hopes of a free trade deal with India. International Trade Secretary Kemi Badenoch is in New Delhi today for the 6th round of talks.